raising a son that is nonverbal, completely nonverbal, or scientific term mute, right, is so special. And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about the spiritual aspect of neurodivergence, especially nonverbal. One second. And I was having a conversation with someone, my mother, last night about this and how sensitive they are to picking up energy. So I have two kids that are considered nonverbal. My daughter does have limited verbal skills, but my son, her twin brother, he's completely nonverbal. He's never said a word, right? So I wanted to talk about the spiritual aspect of it because there's a lot of people that are just the medical and the science explanations to it, right? And neurology. But something that's really special about it is the abilities that he has intuitively, telepathically, right? It's real. In case you didn't know, disclaimer, it's real. And he's very sensitive to energy. So an analogy that had came to me yesterday having a conversation with my neighbor is so when you think about someone, let's say for example a famous person such as Ray Charles, who lost the ability to see, right? His ears became more heightened. Their senses, his other senses almost got like a more heightened ability. So someone that is mute, right? If they cannot communicate verbally, their highest form of communication and interaction with other people would be physically, body language, and telepathically. Okay? He reads on things that I don't even have to say. He picks up. He starts to see my daughter, who has a lot of physical aggression and frustration, and as soon as he sees her, a small body language is intense, a small eye roll, a small change in her behavior, he already can foresee and feel that she's about to go into a meltdown and may even cause aggression. He already starts to warn even me. He can feel when people are outside and he'll start looking out the window. I go and I look and boom, there's someone there before they even start knocking. They can be passing through. He can feel a lot more intensely. So when it's darker energy, and I was explaining this to my mom yesterday, he picks up on that too. And he actually had a seizure yesterday. My mom came with and this is personal, but whatever. I'm going to use this as an educational moment. My mom came with a lot of heavy, stressful, dark energy, and it affected my son. And this has happened more than once. So they're very sensitive. We have to be careful who we bring around, even me, who I bring around, because they're also connected to me, but also who we bring around our sensitive children, our autistic children. They feel everything. That stigma of them not having social contact and them not having social interactions, interest in social interactions, it's not because they don't have the ability to. It's not because they're not interested in it. It's because of their sensory receptors, all of them, all of the six senses. Now, people think five because it's physical, the body, but we have a sixth sense. We all do. Not that everyone taps into it, but including the sixth sense, the spiritual, is more heightened. It's more open. Those little sensory receptors, those little circles, an average person may maybe whatever size it is, maybe the size of a penny, theirs will be the size of a fucking dollar quarter to receive in them, like what they receive, also what they give. So I just wanted to make a video about this because I feel like more people should talk about it, and maybe, I don't know, I don't see a lot of content that's positive when it's in regards to nonverbal children. And I think it's a very beautiful gift, but it's also important to teach them how to protect. So this morning, I should have thought of this yesterday, but this morning, one technique would be, I believe in God, although I have a lot of occult and spiritual background. I just became a Christian again, but we can still ask God to create a shield to protect them. I ask God, whatever that means to you, your higher self, or the universe, whatever you want to ask. My personal preference is God, and I'm just making that clear for me. I'm using me as an example, to form a white bubble around them with a healing white light to shield and protect them. My mom has also contacted me today, and her energy is very heavy, and my brothers and my family. And I also did a white bubble around her so that her energy sticks to her and his energy is protected by God and sticking to him. I also did it for my daughter. I also did it for my son, because I have learned so much raising my kids, man. So much. They have taught me so much compassion, so much unconditional love, learning how to read body language, learning how to communicate with a child like that. It's just, there's so much beauty in it, and I feel like people should talk about it more. So, in the spirit of me being transparent, I would love to hear stories about your kids and their super special abilities, because they do have abilities, and they are unique and special and sensitive, and it's our job as their parents to get to know them and protect them. So let me hear your stories. I would love to know in the comments, or make video comments, whatever. Let's talk about it.